Hi everybody, I'm Bob.
Hey there guys, I'm Kelly. If you are brand new to our channel, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today. And if you are returning to our channel, thanks for coming back to see us.
Yes, thank you.
And if you have not already done so, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on
So you can actually learn a different language.
It's Bob and Kelly language.
Means subscribe,
Yes.
hit the button.
Please hit the button and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know every time we post.
Yes.
Today we are talking about our cabin that we had on our recent 3-night Disney cruise to the Bahamas. So we're going to talk a little bit about any pros and cons that we might have had and the massive veranda.
The massive veranda.
That we had.
Yes.
Our cabin number was 7194 on the Disney Dream, which was in the very tippy back of the ship.
It's as far back as you can go without falling off.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were on deck 7, obviously, because it was 7194.
Right.
And we were just above the flagpole.
Just right at the top of the flagpole,
Yeah.
on the back.
Yeah, so our stateroom category is just a deluxe ocean view stateroom. Category 5E, I believe it is.
Yeah.
It was not a deluxe family ocean view stateroom.
It only slept 4.
Yeah, so it did only sleep 4. There's a queen size bed and a single bed that the couch converts into, and then another...
A pull down bunk bed.
Yeah, pull down
So it's
bunk
like double bunks.
Yes.
Yep.
If you're searching for it on the Disney Cruise Line website, it's just a deluxe ocean view stateroom with oversized veranda. Or you want to look for category 5E. But that's how I found it because we knew that we wanted to try to snag one of these with the massive veranda. And so we specifically looked for this, cabin. We didn't really have a deck preference. We just knew where we wanted it to be.
Right.
Because I think originally we had a cabin on deck 10.
I think we did.
And then we moved it down to deck 7.
Right. Well, because deck 7 is like 3 decks underneath the food, or 4 decks underneath the food, the restaurants. Because we read reviews that you could hear the restaurants, cabanas, if you were like right under it.
Right.
But we don't know that for sure, so we just chose in the middle. We were 2 decks above the kids' deck, and then like 4 decks.
Yeah,
below.
so we thought that deck 7 was a perfect location.
I think it was a perfect location. Deck 7, deck 8, I think are probably 2 best decks on the boat.
Right. And that cabin does have a split bathroom. A tub and the sink in one, and then the toilet and another sink in a separate, which is handy for families.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So let's talk about pros and cons real quick. We thought about this particular cabin.
The only con, everything I thought about it was pro. The only con I can find is that it's just so far back. It seems like
you're walking
from
like
the aft elevators to the room. It just seems like it's a long ways.
It is a long ways, but on the pro side of that, there's a lot less foot traffic.
Right, you don't hear as much noise going past your door.
Yeah. Of course, huge pro for me was the size of the veranda. I mean, you could have a dance party out there. It was huge.
It was really, really big, and it was amazing, a veranda.
It was nice. It actually kind of doubled the space that we had.
Yeah.
I wish that our weather had been a little bit better when we were on this particular cruise, or we would have spent more time.
It was fun when we were out there.
Yeah, but if you're going to be spending a whole lot of time, on your veranda or having breakfast or anything out there, it's really nice to have that extra space. Especially for families, if your kids are still sleeping, you can sneak out there and have your coffee
or whatever.
Yeah, so this one, the veranda did come equipped with 2 chairs and a small little table, and also 2 lounge chairs. So there was enough, seating for 4 people to sit out there.
So you could lounge or sit.
Yeah, because most of the regular sized verandas only have 2 chairs and a table.
Yeah.
So, other pros?
Just the size of the room. I mean, Disney has a little larger staterooms than most other cruise lines do. And I just say the size of the room was awesome. The beds are comfortable. One thing I love about these beds is they're not pushed together twins.
Right.
It is a real queen size bed.
Yeah, and there is storage underneath the bed.
And there is storage underneath.
So that you can put your luggage, underneath there.
Right, so, and there is plenty of storage in those rooms too, because they have like several, like 4 drawers.
There's 4, I think 4 drawers, and then there's 2 closets.
Yeah.
Lots of little, shelves that you can put
little
things.
nooks and crannies.
And then the the little table that's at the end of the couch, like the coffee table, it also opens up and you can put stuff inside there
Right.
as well.
Yeah, that's storage also.
But, I mean, basically we were 3 adults and then Kaya, who's 12, and we had, you know, plenty of space.
Yeah, we weren't tripping over empty luggage or anything. There's plenty of room, there's plenty of storage. So that's a pro.
Yeah.
What else? The big veranda is pro.
That's totally a pro.
There's enough plugs if you need to plug in your electronics.
Yeah, lots of plugs. Another pro was having the split bathroom.
And having the tables or areas to set things on both sides of the bed.
Yes, that's a huge pro for us. Because I'm inevitably the one that gets stuck without a bedside table.
Right.
So there are tables on both sides of the beds. And they have little drawers also, so you can stick,
some,
you know, a few little
they're
things.
Tiny,
they're
but,
tiny, they're, you know, but they're pretty deep.
Yeah.
So you can stick a few things in those bedside tables as well.
Right.
But I think we all had plenty of space,
Yeah.
you know, to store our things.
It was good.
It was good.
I think another pro is being on the back of the ship. It's not as rocky. It's really not, you know. But here you do hear engine noise occasionally.
Yeah, so this could be a con for you or a pro. I mean, for us, we thought it was
I love
cool.
it because it's comforting to me.
When you're coming into port, or if you're, you know, the ship, when you come into Castaway Key, it turns around and then it kind of backs in. So you do get some vibration.
Well, it's from the thrusters.
Yeah, you do feel some vibration from the thrusters.
Yeah.
You know,
So
on the
anytime
back.
they come in or leave port, they're using their thrusters, and it's gonna vibrate, and you're gonna hear it.
Yeah, I mean, and it does vibrate quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool.
For us, it was not a big deal.
No.
You know, for other people who are a little bit nervous cruisers, they may think that that's what's going on, what's wrong with the ship.
Right.
It's nothing really. It's just normal, you know, kind of vibration from the thrusters.
Yeah, and you're not going to hear that unless they're either leaving or entering port. That's it.
Exactly. When you're out there, you know, sailing, you don't feel a thing.
No, it's not. So when you're sleeping, because they only come into port usually at dawn. You know, so if you're sleeping or whatever, it's not going to wake you up while you're asleep. I mean, it may early morning you might.
It did wake me up because I felt it. I was like, oh, we're coming into port.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like an earthquake, like, holy mackerel, I'm going to get chicken out of bed.
Or like you get thrown out of bed in the middle of the night by it or anything like that. So,
Yeah, so that, you know, would maybe be the only con that some people might have, but for us, I don't think it was at all.
And, you know, and I read in some reviews about these rooms is that because of the flag, that's because we have the flagpole right by our room. But you know, that flag only flies while they're in port.
It does. Yeah, it's not out there all the time.
So it's not going to wake you up in the middle of the night
You
either.
will see the flagpole. I'll insert a picture here. You know, there's going to be a flagpole in your pictures, but if you just move to one side or the other.
And that's the cool thing about it though too, you can see both sides, you know, like when you come into port or whatever, you can see what's on the right and what's on the left.
Yeah, which we thought was cool because this, you know, this cabin that we had in particular was in the dead center of the ship.
Dead center.
Where you can kind of see the back of the ship where it came to a point. It was, you know, right there.
And it was great.
It was great.
And we couldn't really see the people above us and they didn't really see us.
No, I mean, if you leaned over a little bit, you could kind of see, you know, some people on either side, but
yeah,
you know, you have a lot of privacy because there was a little bit of an overhang.
Well, especially if you're sitting back by the doors, there's nobody going to see you there because it's like that big.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge.
If you're out by the rail, yes, then people will be able to see you from above, but otherwise they're not going to see you.
Yeah, I didn't have any major things that I didn't like about this cabin.
No, I would do this cabin. So far it's been my favorite cabin.
Yeah, same here. For the size of the veranda, the room was comfortable.
Yeah, because we've had a veranda on one side of the ship and we've had an inside stateroom. And this one has been my favorite so far.
The only con that I can think about this is you have to snag this baby really far in advance.
Yeah.
I mean, because these cabins with the oversized verandas, they go
really fast.
Like that.
Yeah.
So we booked ours like a year.
It was, I think it was maybe been more than a year in advance.
I think it was right around a year.
It was close to a year.
Right around a year.
Yeah.
But you need to know what cruise you're going to be looking for, that you want to, you know exactly what you're going to be going for when you try to get one of these oversized veranda cabins, because they go first.
But here's the cool thing about it, okay? If you think you want to do it and it's like a year in advance, go ahead and book it, because you got until 6 months out to get a full refund.
That's true.
So, you know, if you book it at a year or a little over a year, and you know 8 months comes by and you're not going to make it, you just cancel it.
Cancel it.
They give you full refund because all you do is put down a deposit.
Right.
So,
which is nice.
but it has to be before 6 months. You know, after that they start deducting bits of it. It's incremental, but
yeah, or you know, get the
insurance
policy.
to cancel for any reason insurance, which is not that expensive.
It's not too terribly bad, all things considered, you know, with the cruise, especially if you're going during hurricane season.
So if you want to lose like $200 versus $2,000.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm giving it a big thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'm saying there's like hardly anything. Out of 4 out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 because I would book this room again and again and again.
I would totally give it a 5. You know, I didn't have any trouble with the vibration on the ship. You know, coming in and out, or you know, coming in and out of port, or the size of it was great. Having the extra veranda was great. Being able to have the sweeping views, you know, as you're leaving was fantastic. I didn't even really mind walking 62 football fields of the length of the ship to get to our cabin.
It was
because you're gonna be eating a lot.
You're gonna be walking anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna be eating a lot too, and you need to walk it off.
And I would tell you what, people, if you've not taken a cruise on a Disney cruise on one of these boats, these ships, I mean, it is, you do as much walking almost as you do in the parks.
Almost.
You do a lot of walking.
So be prepared for that.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of territory to cover on those ships.
There is, but they're fantastic.
And it's fun.
Disney cruises are, I mean, we've really only cruised with one other cruise line, but it's gonna be really hard for us to not cruise with Disney.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll say bye for now. Please stay tuned for our little cabin tour and check out this Mahusa veranda.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, and let us know in the comments if you've ever had this cabin.
Or if you want this, Kevin. Love you, bye.